Welcome back, everybody. Well, on my trip to New Mexico to go pick up that Ford Ranger, I had an opportunity to come check this car out. This is a 1965 Ford Mustang, fully restored, purchased here in New Mexico by my friend Myra. Myra is also the person that gave us that Ranger to drive back to Southern California. Now, we're going to take a look at this vehicle. We're going to see what's been done to it, what might need to be done to it, and also I will reveal the price on it. And I'll tell you right now, it was not cheap. Everybody that I know would love to drive a classic like this around. I mean, who wouldn't? Look at it. But we forget sometimes how much money and time it takes to get one of these cars back on the road. Forget making it look this good. I'm just talking about it running and driving. So when you hear the price, keep that in mind, because like I said, it was not cheap. We're going to start on the front of this vehicle, and you can see right away, blacked out emblems. It's got those cool Cobra style wheels on there. If we look right on the front end of this vehicle, right away the custom touches are the first thing you see. Blacked out bumpers, turn signals are blacked out, grille is blacked out except for that pony, which is a cool touch because you can see that pony coming right at you. Now if you look at the super clean engine bay, right away you see AC, a must have in all these classic cars when you're driving around the desert or just in Southern California by the aluminum radiator, must have. Power steering, must have. Power brakes, I mean, the list goes on and on. If you look down there, you really can't see it, but it's got an upgraded steering gear. And as we move to the other side of the engine bay, under that chrome air cleaner is a Phytech fuel injection system. It's got an upgraded alternator. All in all the necessities you need to have a good daily driver. Let's move on to the right side of the vehicle. You see those nice Cobra wheels right there, blacked out emblems, blacked out front windshield trim, blacked out side window trim. The handles are blacked out. I mean, and it's not cheap blackout. I think they were all powder coated. Oh, I forgot to mention it has front and rear disc brakes. On the rear of the vehicle, we continue with the blackout theme. Bumpers and taillights are blacked out. So let's move on to the interior of this vehicle. As I open the door here, you can see how nice this interior really is. It's the two-tone motif here. The tan color works great with that candy apple red color on the outside of the body. It's got updated handles, give it a little modern look. Still has roll-up windows. It's got a new steering column, new steering wheel. The rear seats are redone, and they're not stock. If you can tell, those headrests don't come stock, and they are comfortable. Got an original style center console, painted to match. The dash, pretty much stock except for that two-tone look. Looks amazing. AC vents right there. That radio is aftermarket, obviously. The instrument cluster is upgraded, Dakota digital gauges. And to top off the interior, we got these adjustable, heated, modern seat, which completes this whole interior. But as for now, that's enough looking. Let's go out and drive this thing and see how she handles. Let's just appreciate how beautiful this paint job is. I'm not a painter, but I know painters, and they'll be like, oh, look at the deftness of the clear coat or whatever. But it is beautiful. do a nice 360-degree walk around. The owner's in the background over there. I'll introduce you to her later. It's funny, we just went to have some breakfast, and the dude walks up, he goes, "Hey man, who painted your car?" And they were talking to me, I'm not the owner.
And you're getting into the passenger seat.
Yeah, I'm getting into the passenger seat, and then Myra right away is like, "You shut your mouth, man." And then she told him exactly who painted it. I mean, look at this. Look at the way this beautiful paint job shines in the sun. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it is just amazing. We got here last night. She opened up the garage, and just in the garage, my goodness, this paint job is amazing. I mean, the rest of the car is amazing as well. And just as a comparison, we came out and looked at this Mustang. This Mustang is also a 1965, but as you can see, it's stock. It has a few upgrades like the air conditioning, it's got a bigger carburetor, but other than that, it is bone stock. I mean, the stuff has been redone and it's been repainted, but this is a great example. This Mustang is also really nice. This is a good example of what you're getting out there right now. This Mustang was purchased for $15,000 plus, and it's nice. It's a beautiful Mustang. It runs and drives. Just keep that in mind when I finally reveal the price of that other Mustang. So what's the final verdict on this Mustang? Let's go over the checklist. 65 Mustang, perfect body, no rust. Check that out. 289 rebuilt, fully rebuilt with a 302 heads. Check that off. Vitec EFI fuel injection. Check that off. It's got stock exhaust. So we're not gonna check that one off. It's got air conditioning, working heater. Check that off. Runs and drives like a dream. Check that off. Front and rear, disc brakes. Check that off. Power steering with a Borgenson pump. Check that off. Fully rebuilt rear differential. Fully rebuilt transmission. Fully rebuilt suspension. Now, it's a stock suspension, but it is fully rebuilt. We took it out for a drive. It runs amazing. Those are the positives. Now, there are negatives. On this vehicle, the one thing I did notice, I don't know if you see it in some of the pictures, it squats a little in the back. That could be because they did put the EFI tank in the back, so there's a little more weight in the back, and it is a bigger tank. Big question, how much did it cost? She paid $45,000 for this Mustang. Now you might say, that's crazy. But if you think about it, by the time you get done rebuilding an engine, rebuilding the suspension, rebuilding the transmission, rebuilding the rear differential, doing all the custom touches they did with this, that, no matter where you look, is a $20,000 paint job all day long, all night long, all week long. You will not get this paint job for anything less than that. So there's a lot of custom touches that went into this vehicle. If I had the money, I would definitely buy this vehicle. It is amazing. It is beautiful. It drives great. All she did was buy it, put the key in it, drove it home, been driving around ever since. She did upgrade to the fuel injection because it did have a carburetor when she bought it. Now, at first I thought, man, 45 grand is a lot for this vehicle. But looking over it, it has a lot. The bodywork is impeccable. The paint job is impeccable. The interior is super comfortable. It's just done nicely. So, in my opinion, it's worth it. $45,000. Because if you look at it right now, you can go buy yourself a Civic Si for 45 grand, I think. I'm not too sure. But it's not a 65 Mustang. So, anyways, thanks for joining me on this adventure. New Mexico is awesome. Texas is awesome. It's cold out here. I can't wait to get back to LA. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.